All right, so going to be doing another comic review, and this one comes from my good friend Chris. Chris, thank you as always. And today we're going to be talking about The Adventures of Spawn, the complete collection. And I say complete in the sense that this will probably this ends on a note where it could continue, but I don't know. So The Adventures of Spawn. So actually, before I go any further, you guys already know I have a kind of love-hate relationship with Spawn. Spawn and I have a interesting fascinating, complex love-hate kind of thing, where I think there are elements of Spawn I like, and there are things I really don't like, and it kind of stems from Todd McFarlane himself, if anything else. So this was made to, say it with me now, promote a McFarlane toy line series. Basically, it was part of the Adventures of Spawn's toy line that made them look like Saturday morning cartoons. This is also not written by McFarlane. This is written by Jonathan Goff, who basically crafted a little universe where Spawn in this continuity is a Saturday morning cartoon. It's actually kind of fun. So let's get into it. So in this continuity, Al Simmons was a soldier who found a device called the Necro Stone, which allows him to turn into Spawn X. And through it, he teams up with the Council of Light, which consists of Omega Spawn, who in here is more like an Iron Man kind of character, and the Redeemer, to fight the forces of Lord Mammon and Overkill, Tiffany, and Cygor. That's the Council of Darkness. You can see we're not going for high marks here, people. But the comic also has it that Al is also married to Wanda and their daughter Cyan. And here, she's not. She is Al's biological daughter. So the comic is kind of throwing you into this whole story. And I kind of think that's funny that they're just throwing you in the middle of this. And it's like two issues. I think it was I think if I remember right, Adventures of Spawn was basically a cartoon. It was basically a comic book series that was online, and they just compiled it. So it's really, you're getting only like two issues in here. But yeah, there is a lot more to it as well. There's a lot more like bonus stuff in here, so it's not just two issues. Also, if you're looking for a comic on the cheap, this is $9.99, so it's a good $10. And it's actually something I would say you could give your kids. I know that's not normally something you would say about a Spawn comic, but here I think that's fine. I think this could actually work as like your child's first Spawn comic. Because even though it is a Spawn title, it is treated like a kid's cartoon. Although I will say there is some violence and blood in here and there, but it's not overt. They also changed the characters, like Al Simmons is a do-gooder and, wants to do everything right and doesn't call his allies idiots and flies off the handle every 5 minutes, like Al Simmons. We also get some stuff with Redeemer. The fights are really fun. There's also a lot of stuff in here, because this comic is also very self-aware and has, like, dialogue you would see in a cartoon like this. It just has, like, this over-expulsive dialogue sometimes. And it also has that over-expulsive, like, monologues or, subtext you would see in a Spawn book, where it would eat up 90% of the art you're trying to look at, and the book itself. The book also has, like, some fun bios in the background of, like, talking about other characters and their versions of them, like this version of how Al got the symbiote, which here it comes from, they're aliens. Like, they basically say they're cosmic aliens, and that's really it with all the Spawns. There's also a very long backup story of of Violator and his brothers and their made-for-comic book cousin Squeamish, trapped in limbo. And I shit you not, it's them trying to talk about going through a rift in limbo in space, and it's just this for 30 pages. It's actually kind of funny. Also, there's very little fucks given because they're just kind of treated like copy and paste images. Like, again, this comic does not take itself seriously at all. I mean, look at the interior real quick of this trade. Like, it has all the ads, and also, like, there's a Q&A, like, there's a letterbox, like you would see in 90s book, like in most comics. There's also, like, an ad promotion for a food that doesn't exist, but you'd see those all the time with comic book characters. This, like I said, this really plays into a lot of fun. And I also think the art style is a little basic and blocky, but I think it works for the book. I think it really does work for the comic. And this is a book that, at its core, does not take itself seriously in any way, shape, or form. And it's probably the most fun I've had with Spawn books in a while. I still enjoyed Gunslinger Spawn, and I'm curious about the Scorched continuing. But, yeah, sometimes it's just hard to read Spawn because it hasn't grown out of the 90s. But there are times where it draws me back in, and this is one of those times. So do I recommend The Adventures of Spawn? Absolutely. And like I said, it's cheap. It's $9.99. It's like around $10. You can get this as a present for your kid or read it for yourself if you want to read something of Spawn that kind of pokes fun at itself. So there you go. That's my review. So Chris, thank you once again for the comic. And if you've read The Adventures of Spawn, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.